canto. This is chapter 2, text 23. 3 to 23. Canto, third canto, chapter 2.
3 to 26.
Correct. Canto 3, chapter 2, text 23. This chapter is entitled as Remembrance of Lord Krishna. Perhaps you can go through the word quickly. It's going to be a short class because all of the words are traveling. So you can repeat after me. Aho, Bhakti, Yam, Snana, Kala, Utam, Jigam Saya, Apaya, Api, Asadvi, Neve, Gatim, Datri Uchitam, Tataha, Anyam, Kam, Va, Dailum, Sharanam, Rajema, Avakiyam Stanakarakutam, Jigam Sayaya Yatapi Ashdili Deve Gatim Dhatri Uchitam Tatonyam Kamvadayalum Sharanam Rajena Avakiyam Stanakarakutam Jigam Sayaya Api Ashtavi Uchitam Tatonyam Kamvadayalum Sharanam Rajena
Aho Bakiyamastana Kalakuta Vindhasaya Payad Api Sadhve Neve Gatin Dhatra Uchitam Tato Anya Kamvadayalo Saranam Rajema
One more.
Avakiyam Stanakalakuta Jimham Sayakayadapi Sadhve Neve Gatim Dhati Kamvadayalum Saranam Rajema Avakiyam Astano Kalakuta Jimham Sayakayadapi Sadhve Neve Gatim Dhati Kamvadayalum Saranam Rajema
Aho, Alas, Raki, the she-demon, Bhutana, Yam, Kum, Stana, of her breast, Kala, deadly, Utam, poison, Jigam Saya, out of envy, Apaya, nourished, Api, although, Ashadvi, unfaithful, Leve, achieved, Gatim, destination, Ratribuchitam, just suitable for the nurse, Tataha, beyond whom, Anyam, other, Kam, who else, Va, certainly, Dayalum, merciful, Sharanam, shelter, Rajema, shall I take? Translation. Although how shall I take shelter of one more merciful than he who granted the position of mother to be a sheepman, Putana, although she was unfaithful and she prepared deadly poison to be sacked from her breast. Perhaps you can repeat after me. Alas, how shall I take shelter?
Alas, how shall I take shelter
of one more merciful than he who granted the position of mother to a she-demon Putana. Although she was unfaithful and she prepared deadly poison to be sucked from her breast. Purpose given by His Divine Grace. Here is an example of the extreme mercy of the Lord, even to his enemy. Let us say that a noble man accepts the good qualities of a person of a doubtful character, just as one accepts nectar from a stalk of poison. In his babyhood, he was administered daily poison by Putana, a she-demon who tried to kill the wonderful baby. And because she was a demon, it was impossible for her to know that the Supreme Lord, even though playing the part of a baby, was no one less than the same Supreme Personality of Godhead. His value as a Supreme Lord did not diminish upon his becoming a baby to please his devotee, Yashoda. The Lord may assume the form of a baby or a sheep other than that of a human being, but does not make the slightest difference. He is always the same Supreme Lord. A living creature, however powerful he may become by dint or by severe penances, can never become equal. The motherhood of Putana, because she pretended to be an affectionate mother, allowing Krishna to suck her breast. The Lord accepts the least qualification of the living entity and award him the highest reward. That's the standard of his character. Therefore, who but the Lord can be the ultimate shelter? Om Jnana Atmanandasya Gyananjana Shalakya Chakshur Bharatam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manavishtam Slapitam Janavutale Smayam Gopaladamaya Dadati Spadatika Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Thaparamaram Shri Guru Vaishnavasya Shri Rupam Sabrajatam Sahagana Ratnatam Pitam Sajivam Sadvaitam Sadharutam Parijana Saitam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Deva Shri Radha Krishna Pana Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Vinavandhu Vidapati Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Sute Taptanachana Dorani Radhe Vrindavan Shri Shabam Vosute Devi Anamami Haripriye Vanchakapadavyasya Kripa Sindhu Vyayacham Patitanam Pavanavyo Vaishnavyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasati Gaur Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Aho Vakiyam Stanaka Bhutam Jigamsaya Apiya Asnadvi Leve Gatim Bhatri Uchitam Tatonyam Kamya Dayalu Sharanam Prajena. Alas, how shall I take shelter of one more merciful than he who granted the position of mother to a she-demon Putana? Although she was unfaithful and she prepared deadly poison to be sucked from her breast. This is a wonderful verse, one of the most exemplary display of the power of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and also the kindness, the magnanimity and the kindness of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is displayed by this pastime in relation to Putana. You all know Putana has been one of the greatest demons. She is actually one of the earliest demons who came to attack Krishna when he was a baby. She didn't even allow him to grow. While he was a baby, while he was sucking the breast of his mother, at that age, she wanted to come and poison Krishna. She has so much power. These demons that Kamsa arranged, for them to come and kill Krishna, they were not ordinary demons. They were very exalted, and they performed so many kind of penances and austerities in the past, but these penances and austerities were done purely for evil purposes, rather than for good purpose. Just like you can have a knife in your kitchen. That knife can be used to chop carrots and potatoes, right? The purpose is right. But if someone picks up that knife and uses it to stab someone, that's very unfair, very sinful, very evil. This is what demons do. The Vedic literatures give all kind of guidelines. How we can perform penances, how we can perform austerities in such a way that we become powerful and allowing ourselves to be fully controlled to meditate on Krishna. That's the purpose of the Vedas. So that we can discipline ourselves. We can practice these austerities in a way that we can be closer to God by praying maybe to the demigods or the Supreme Personality of Godhead in a way that we can be purified, we get strength to be able to maintain our relationship with God. But no, the demons actually abuse that. Once they get the power, they want to use the power against God. Just like Hiranyakashipu. He did austerity for thousands and thousands and thousands of years, a long time, one of the most difficult austerities. We may think it's a simple austerity, raising your arm up in the air. That's all he did. You can try it for even 5-10 minutes. Very, very difficult. You raise your arm like this for after 2-3 minutes, it's just unbearable. But he kind of endured that pain for hundreds and thousands of years until he gets the attention of Gopurman. And what's he asking? He asking immortality. He wants to be immortal. Why? Because he wants to kill God. He doesn't want to be killed even by God. He wants to get so much strength to be able to kill God. This is how demoniac this personality is. So Putana, she pretended to be a beautiful mother. When they saw her, she looked so beautiful. Immediately, all the neighborhood, Yashoda, everybody said, wow! Somebody from the celestial world had come to see Krishna. How beautiful, how wonderful. Her fragrance, her beauty, the way she walks gracefully, amazing. She was so beautiful. The whole neighborhood was enamored to see Putana. Look at this being, this beautiful celestial being has come to see Krishna. But she was actually a demon. She covered them herself in such a way that nobody will notice. And as she was walking in, no problem. The king's home, and the Maharaj's home was open for her. Please welcome. Even Yashoda immediately welcomed her. She knew that this woman is someone special. Yeah? So she went straight into what Krishna is. When I see Krishna, I came to our darshan of this beautiful baby of yours, Yashoda Mani. So of course, if you come, you're welcome. She went straight in, she left Krishna, and immediately she pretended as if she was so besotted by Krishna. I don't want to feed him. Can I breastfeed him? So Yashoda said, of course, go ahead, you should do that. And she started breastfeeding him. At that time, Krishna knew. Although he was a baby, he knew her intention. Yeah. He actually sucked her like that, as he's sucking her breast. Not that he gets affected by the poison. Yeah. In that way, Putana was actually killed. But the mercy of the Lord is that even though Putana was killed, he actually, you all know, granted her benediction. As good, a benediction to make her as good as his own mother, Yashoda, in the spiritual world. He actually granted her the position of a mother, like Mother Yashoda, although she is a demon. Why is that? Because Krishna is accepting the so-called service. She wanted to serve Krishna. She lifted Krishna. She pretended she loved Krishna. Krishna ignored her demoniac mentality, and he was looking at the good thing. Sabatvam, Mahaprashad, Dharmasya, Grati, Mahavaya. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is saying, even a little advancement in devotional life can save one from the greatest type of faith, That's what Krishna is saying. So Putana did a little service. Although her intention was bad, she was acting like a mother, she was lifting Krishna, she was hugging Krishna, she was attempting to breastfeed Krishna. So Krishna is saying to put some aid of things. Just like when Arjuna was liberated, all he was saying, Narayan, Narayan, he was simple, he was materialistic. He wasn't qualified to enter the abode of Narayan. But Krishna is saying, no, no, no. The Vishnu Dutta is saying, no, no, no. He uttered the name of Narayan, therefore he belongs to Vaikuntha. This is how Lord Vishnu, this is how Krishna is very kind. Let alone to a devotee who is actually practicing devotional life every day. Satatam Kirtan Brahman would say that every day devotees are practicing devotional service. Can you imagine how much mercy we will inherit and will get from Krishna? Whatever devotional service we perform, it's so purifying, it actually brings us to a liberated platform. Most of the devotional service, almost all of them, everything that we do is very powerful. It actually delivers one from the entanglement of the material world immediately. But the problem is, can we sustain it? Krishna is giving us a position of being liberated. If we can maintain that divine consciousness for the rest of our life, surely we'll go back to Godhead, back to Krishna. But the problem is, we're in the material world. We are Jivan Bhukta, we're conditioned souls. We are always anajana, coming and going, coming, but that's not the problem. The moment we live the association of devotees, we are trapped again in Maya, in the material world. But if a devotee can sustain that divine mentality, divine consciousness, you're already in a liberated platform. Trust me, at the moment everyone is listening to Srimad Bhagavatam, everybody is in that liberated platform. But the problem is, can we sustain it? If the answer is yes, then our path to Godhead is guaranteed. If Krishna can liberate someone like Putana, a demon who is there to kill him, what to speak of a devotee? Krishna is very happy to embrace his devotees, and everyone brought to Godhead, Krishna. So this devotional process that we do is so powerful. Everything we do is so powerful. But we have to remain in the association of devotees. We have to be attached and chanting Krishna's name every day. We have to sustain. We have to serve devotees. Everybody has to be engaged in some kind of devotion to Lord Krishna Sama. And that way we can actually guarantee our path to Godhead. Yesterday we had a wonderful festival. We had a wonderful Jagannath festival. That's another form of mercy by the Lord Jagannath. I know we're going to have another festival in Nairobi, so somehow or other our Jagannath consciousness has to be sustained. I was impressed. One of the best Rath Yatra I attended yesterday, the energy was so powerful. I was right in the middle of the Kirtanas. I was just drinking all the nectar. The devotees were so enthusiastic, so happy, and so powerful. It's just one of the most enduring festivals that I ever attended. I wanted to say a few words about Kurukshetra. The whole festival, as you all know, is just remembering Lord Krishna, trying to go back to Vrindavan to see his beautiful associates, the Gopas, the Gopis. Yeah? So the chariot was moving, but it is said that the chariot actually moves by the will of Lord Jagannath. We all think that we're pulling the chariot, but we're not. Sometimes we pull the chariot, does it move? It doesn't, right? Why is that? And Rath Yatra, Lord Jagannath's cart is actually moving by his will, not by the will of the pullers, the people who are pulling it. We've heard so many stories in Charitamrita. When Jagannath Rath Yatra cart was coming down the Grand Koti Road, when he arrived midway where Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati family lives, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati's mother actually brought Bhaktisiddhanta as a baby so that he can touch the feet of Lord Jagannath. So as they were coming in, the cart was coming and somehow or other stopped. It wouldn't move. Everyone was trying to pull, trying to figure out why is this cart not moving. Because Lord Jagannath was waiting for the dear devotee, Bhaktisiddhanta. Bhaktisiddhanta had come, and the baby had come on the altar, and then they actually touched the feet of Lord Jagannath moved on. So at times, the cart actually stops for various reasons. And then at times it moves on as well. So to say that the chariot is always moving by the wheel of Lord Jagannath. We all know that he has the beautiful round eyes, so he actually captures everyone. He's got big eyes. So what he's doing is, he's not only capturing like a picture who the devotees who are participating, because he's got wide eyes. He's also visioning the participants. You know the people, have you seen people standing on the balcony of the apartments? Lord Jagannath is actually witnessing who is there. So he benedicts everybody. Even the participants who know nothing about Lord Jagannath, they also benefit from that festival just by seeing the festivities, by seeing the devotees. Imagine how many people have been benefited. Even from other religious faiths, I've seen so many people from the Muslim community, from the Christian community. Some of them were actually dancing with us. Some of the Muslim people. It was so nice to see. So Lord Jagannath's mercy is that way spread everywhere. So this festival actually began not 46 years ago when Srila Prabhupada wrote, but actually the festival began 5,000 years ago when Krishna was elected for Kurukshetra. So the Brijvasis were there, obviously, and Krishna is a darling of Mother Yashoda, the Gopas, the Gopis, and for the first time when he came to Kurukshetra, everyone was so happy and so excited, but at the same time they were a bit disappointed to see Krishna that he actually let us down. He promised us he will come back to Vrindavan, he never did. So they got together and said, well, this time we're going to take him to Vrindavan. They start pulling the cart towards Vrindavan. So the festival is actually commemorating that mentality of the Brijvasis, trying to pull Krishna away from Kurukshetra and take him back to Vrindavan. He's been away for too long. That was their mentality. I just want to conclude with one beautiful pastime that happened with Jayadev Goswami. Jayadev Goswami is one of the great poets, great Vaishnava of his time. And he actually wrote one beautiful description of the intimate pastimes of the gopis with Krishna. So when he was compiling this verses, at one point, so when Jayadev Goswami was compiling these beautiful verses about the intimate pastimes of Lord Krishna, he was meditating, and at one point he wanted to mention that Krishna was bowing down to touch the feet of the beautiful lotus feet of Radharani. But then he was hesitant. Should I be writing that? Am I belittling Krishna by saying Krishna is bowing down to the lotus feet of Radharani? And at that time he was in Samadhi. And when he woke up, he decided to go and take bath in Ganges. When he took bath in Ganges, immediately another person appeared like a Brahmin. And Padmavati, his wife, was there. Padmavati is also a great devotee of Krishna. She received this Brahmin. He said, I'm actually the elder brother of Jayadev. Yeah? And he came inside and he told her that I can continue writing because he is in Samadhi. Samadhi meaning that he lost consciousness because he was so much meditating. So he said, I can write on his behalf. And she allowed him to continue writing. So he wrote one verse. He wrote one verse and he left. When he left, Jayadev Goswami woke up from his Samadhi and the wife told him that your brother came. He said, oh, what brother? I don't have a brother. No, he said it was your brother. He said, well, what did he do? He said, he came and he said he wanted to write a verse. And he wrote a verse. Immediately, can I read it? He said, of course, this is what he wrote. So he wrote a beautiful verse. So he wrote a verse that says that Krishna is so much enamored by the beautiful lotus feet of Radharani. He actually bowed down to touch her feet. Because Jayadev was hesitant to write that, and immediately Jayadev thought that realized this is actually none other than Krishna himself. Shri Krishna had come personally in the guise of the Brahman, the guise of the elder brother of Jayadev. He wrote that verse. In other words, reassuring him that it's okay. The it's okay to write this verse. So the same personality, he spent his time in Jagannath Puri towards the end of his life. And when he spent time in Jagannath Puri, there was a beautiful interaction with Lord Jagannath as well. So one of the things is that he wanted to have a kind of a quote which has the verses that he compiled about the infinite pastimes of Radha Krishna, like a quote, but the verses are written, and that quote is actually given to Lord Jagannath. So he was actually arranging for that to be done. So the person who was actually preparing that quote with all the verses, he told them on one condition, and while I'm doing this, you should actually continue singing these glories. And with that arrangement, the person who was actually preparing the quote wrote that beautiful verse that Jayadeva Goswami prepared for Lord Jagannath. So many devotees have extended so many wonderful services, miraculous services for Lord Jagannath in the past. Lord Jagannath is very, very merciful. It is said that not only he is merciful, even Purushottam Kshetra is a merciful place as well, one of the holiest places in the whole universe, Purushottam Kshetra. It is said that when there is a partial annihilation of the universe, that place actually remains intact, Purushottam Kshetra. This is as good as the spiritual world. It is said that actually walking within Purushottam Kshetra and Jagannath Puri is considered to be like doing parikrama. We do parikrama. Sometimes we do parikrama around the deities. Yeah? An ordinary walking in Jagannath Puri is considered to be like parikrama. An ordinary talk, any talk, nothing evil, nothing offensive, but ordinary talk is considered to be a glorification to the Lord. This is how powerful this place is, Purushottam Kshetra. So that way we can actually continue discussing over the next few days, building towards the next Rath Yatra, which is in Nairobi. We can continue glorifying Lord Jagannath, preparing ourselves mentally, taking advantage of the festival in such a great way. I'm personally so happy to see that every single person has given his heart and soul fully. That's how this festival has to be celebrated. And I think we did it collectively. It was very, very pleasing. Lord Jagannath was definitely pleasing. In fact, his smile was increasing every time the devotees are so adored. So I don't want to hold you up too much. We have preparation to do to travel, some of you. Unless there is one or two questions or any comments from anyone, we can conclude. Yeah, Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Go ahead.
So, when those who are born of Krishna and invocation, at the time of invocation, we receive the blessings, the development of qualities, the ceremony for Krishna. That time comes from the desire to enjoy the Krishna. So, we know that we felt this material world because we had this desire to enjoy the Krishna. So the time of invocation, and we still possess these aspects of this desire to enjoy, or in the case of the demons, they possess this desire and then in abundance. What happens when we are related to the spiritual world?
Very good question. I think everyone heard it was online. Very good question. So we have to be careful. Normally, whenever Krishna actually kills any living entity, that's good. Anything Krishna does is very good. Yeah? But the liberation could be different types. Here we have a very special case. Putana was elevated to the position of Yashodamani in the spiritual world. Yeah? And the mother. I mean, she's got a parental kind of affection, and she had that position. Yeah? So the question you are asking is whether they will inherit that same demoniac quality or materialistic quality or evil quality or whatever when they go to the spiritual world. The answer is no. Krishna actually heals not just the physical body, it actually heals their demoniac mentality as well. The consciousness, the material consciousness is stripped out. making them qualified to enter the spiritual world. Even if we have an inch of materialistic desire, we're not permitted to go to the spiritual world. We cannot, we're not qualified. We have to be pure. Krishna intervenes to purify the soul. So when Putana has actually just purely liberated, she becomes a pure liberated soul. Because of that good service she's done, she's being granted that home. So Krishna doesn't just kill the physical body, he kills our demoniac mentality, our materialistic mentality as well. But not everybody get given the opportunity to go to Goloka Vrindavan. A lot of the presidents, for instance, as in the case of Shishupal, for instance, they were very inimical and very abusive towards Krishna. He hasn't shown a tinge of service, lovingly toward Krishna in any way. At least Putana is pretending, but she was offering all kinds of loving services. But her intention was different. But Krishna accepted those loving services. In the case of Shishupala, he was demoniac, he was offensive, he was so rude to Krishna. Krishna tolerated over 100 times when he was humiliating Krishna in that palace in front of all these great personalities. So because of that, Krishna actually chopped his head off with Shulasha. Those kind of personalities do not go all the way to Goloka Vrindavan. They stay within the Brahmajyoti. Brahmajyoti is also a spiritual world, but you don't have that personal rasa, personal interaction with Krishna. Neutral. For those who want to remain neutral, who want to be pure in personalities, who want to be like God, they do get liberated because most of these personalities, they practice things in such a way that they're so detached from the material world. So they don't belong to the material world, they don't belong to the Goloka Vrindavan, so they stay in the middle, and the Brahmajyoti. They get liberated, but they go to Brahmajyoti, they don't have that personal rasa. Narakayate. Vaishnava says this is actually hell. For a devotee to be liberated, enter into Brahmajyoti and not have a relationship with Krishna, for a devotee is not hell. We want to have that personal relationship with Krishna in the form of the conjugal ras, in the form of the fraternity, Sakya ras, in the form of the parental ras, in the form of even servitudeship in Vaikuntha. A devotee aspires for service. We don't want to be just liberated and get stuck in Brahmajyoti. Actually, there are cases where living entity actually come down again to the material world from the Brahmajyoti. So it's a risky place anyway. You cannot guarantee that you remain in Brahmajyoti forever. But the answer to your question is yes, Krishna actually strips out all their demoniac mentality if they do have one, and also materialistic mentality, making them qualified to enter into the spiritual world. And they are guaranteed not to come back as well. Krishna is promising Bhagavad Gita, once you take my shelter in the spiritual world, you'll never come back again. Because you have all that knowledge, Satchitananda Vigraha, our form is full of knowledge in the spiritual world. We will know, when we go to the spiritual world, all the nonsense that we've done, we will know. Just like when you come out of prison, if you've been a criminal, after you've been corrected, you will remember everything that you've done in your criminal life. So the living entity also remembers everything that we've done in the criminal life. Would you want to go back again? The answer is no. Just like a little child who touches the fire, he gets burned so much. Do you think he'll go back and touch the fire again? He won't. Why? Because he has experienced how agony, how horrible, how disgusting the material world is. So much suffering. I don't want to go back. So Krishna guarantees that just please come back once. Come back once. Once you come back, because you've experienced the material world, never come back again. Yeah? So that's how it is. Does that answer your question? Thank you for that. Hare Krishna. Prabhuji.
Just a small comment that the intricate nature of Krishna is that he is always pleasure seeking. And that because the living entity, being a part and parcel of Krishna, also has this pleasure seeking potency in itself. Therefore, trying to please oneself is actually the problem, because Krishna needs that pleasure. The living senses of Krishna. So once one gets liberated, then automatically is converted from that selfish aspect to a selfish attitude towards Krishna.
Wonderful point. Rishikesh, Krishna is ultimately the person who is meant to be satisfied and pleased. And as a living entity, we have this confusion that we can enjoy, like Prabhu was saying, we think we can enjoy this material world, but because it's based on the bodily level, we can never satisfy ourselves with the enjoyment. We have segregated ourselves away from Krishna. But actually by pleasing Krishna, Prabhupada always gives that example, right? You feed the stomach. If the hand is grabbing a banana, you say, oh no, I grabbed the banana is mine, I don't want to give you, Mr. Stomach. Do you think eventually you will be happy? You will not be happy. You know, if the hand and leg are actually withdrawing from serving the stomach, eventually what will happen? They suffer. But just simply by serving the stomach, by feeding the stomach, everything is nourished. Your hand, your leg, everything is nourished. So the living entities are like that. We are, like Prabhu was saying, part and parcel of God. We're part and parcel eternally. We're actually part of God, but separated eternally in an inseparable way. Just like that little spark that's coming out of the fire. Quality is the same. The heat is there, the light is there, but the power of magnitude is very, 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 very small. So we are separated part of Krishna, but the pleasure comes by serving Krishna, just like feeding the stomach. By serving Krishna, the real pleasure manifests. That's why devotee, yesterday I was seeing everybody was exhausted. First of all, nobody complained. Second thing, nobody stopped. I don't know, I was worn out. Towards the end, I couldn't even stand up. I'm an old man. But I can see the devotees were so vigorous. And they have so much love and so much appreciation for Lord Jagannath. And they were so happy. And this happiness is coming because we are offering all our energy to Krishna. Physically, we may be suffering. I was going through a Brajamanga program in the 80s, 1986. And Lokanath Maharaj was explaining, we walk something 15, 16, 17 kilometers every day, barefoot, throughout Brajabhumi, for 30 days and 1 month. And the devotees, by the end of the day, they are so worn out, so tired, but yet they continue. Why is that? Lokanath Maharaj was saying, although you have so much physical anguish, you're going through so much trouble, but because you're serving Krishna, because your soul is happy and satisfied, you are enduring all those physical inconveniences. Yeah? So devotee is like that. Yeah? We may have so many physical inconveniences, but because we know we're serving Krishna, we're satisfying Krishna, we are actually satisfied. We're happy to do it. We're happy to continue to do it. Yeah? So always, real satisfaction comes by serving the Lord. He is the master of our senses. If He is the master of His senses, He should be the one who should be offered all kinds of services to please Him. And automatically we become happy and pleased ourselves. Thank you for that moment, Prabhuji. Prabhuji is my very old friend, very, very old friend. Been serving the movement for maybe 45 years now. Actually, before I arrived in Kenya, he was there. I think he was in Mombasa first, and then he came to Nairobi. I was just a bhakta, new joined 1982, and then he took over the devotees in Kisumu. He was instrumental to establish the first temple in Kisumu. It was Ramakeli. Ramakeli was there as well. So I hope that he can continue serving in this mood for the rest of his life, alongside all of us. And we pray also to continue serving like you in every town and village. Any other comments? Any other questions? Almost 9 o'clock? Yeah, Prabhuji. Yeah, give the mic to Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So thank you so much to all the devotees. Yesterday really they have done a lot. So the Rath Yatra was very wonderful and it was successful. successful. So only because of the devotees' efforts and blessings of Lord Jagannath, it goes out. So thank you so much. So there is prasad for all the devotees. You can proceed for prasad.